Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and this is Ralph. And today's class is an active 30-minute Vinyasa flow class, which is an all-round sequence in an express amount of time, incorporating some warming sun salutes, some standing and balancing poses, core work, back bends and hip openers. And the only prop that you might like is a block, but it's not essential, just only optional if you like to practice with one. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining. Namaste. And begin your practice kneeling at the back of your mat, resting your hands into your lap. Relaxing your shoulders down so your shoulder blades merge toward the midline of your spine, and settling your eyes closed if it feels comfortable. Sense and connect with the support beneath you. And just begin to draw your attention away from your surrounds and place that attention now on your own inner experience. Sensing and feeling your way into your body. Feeling the earth beneath you and giving yourself time to ground. Breath by breath, allow yourself to transition into your practice. And as a way of staying present, uniting your awareness with your breath now, feeling its shape, its feeling tone, your body breathing you, clearing your mind. And from here we'll take 3 audible breaths, breathing in through your nose, really filling up, and then an open mouth exhale, parting the lips, audibly letting go. Twice more now, inviting any physical tension to escape with your out-breath. And gently seal the lips now. Softly drop your chin toward your chest, letting your eyes fall to the back of your eyelids. And gently blink the eyes open. Lift your posture and go ahead, interlace your fingers at your heart center. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, spin your hands inside out, pressing the palms forward, round and C-curve your spine. Inhaling, take the arms overhead, reach tall. Exhaling, swim the hands behind your back and interweave all your fingers. Staying upright, breathe in deeply, lift your chest. Exhale, folding forward, leading with your heart. Pause for an extra cycle of breath, lifting the front of your shoulders away from the floor. On your in-breath, rise up. Keep your hands interlaced. Exhale, turn the palms to face the floor and reach down. Releasing now, moving forward onto all fours, placing your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And as you breathe in, go ahead, tuck your toes here. Arch your spine so your belly softens, your throat opens. And as you breathe out, flatten your feet and dome your spine. Glide smoothly through 2 more rounds, moving at the pace of your slowest breath. And making your way back to a neutral spine, and extend your right leg out straight. And land on the balls of your right toes. And here, just drift your weight forward and back so you lean your shoulders forward and behind the wrists. Lengthening through the back seam of your heel, warming the wrists. Now keep your hips level, shoulders over the wrists. Raise and engage your right leg. Breathe in here. And on your exhale, shift your weight forward and lower to your push-up. Balancing elbows over wrists. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, right foot to the floor, and then draw your left knee in toward your chest, core lunge. Twice more now. Left knee down, raise your right leg, breathe in. Exhale, low push-up, high push-up, right foot down, left knee core lunge. Slow motion, steady breath, last round. Exhale, low push-up, high push-up, core lunge, and then set the knees down. And we'll switch. Extending your left leg out straight, left toes to the floor, and go ahead, take that rock forward and back. Seeking sensation down the back of your left calf and your heel. Now, coming back to neutral, shoulders over the wrists, raise your left leg, and as you do, swallow your abdominal core in and up. Breathe in. Exhale, rock forward, low push-up. Inhale, up, left foot down, right knee core lunge. Right knee down, 2 more, find your rhythm, make contact with your breath. Core lunge, and last round. And both knees down now. Take the heat out of your wrists. Extend your arms forward into Anahatanasana, heart opening pose. Balance your hips over your knees. Walk your hands forward. And you might like to dial your fingers out and take your hands a little wider than your shoulders as you melt your chest toward the floor between the window of your arms. Create a little C curve in your low back as you point your sitting bones toward the ceiling. And then shore up your shoulders so you feel stable. So you're widening your shoulder blades. And then just pause in an honest shape that feels nourishing. And breathe. And on your exhale here, stepping your hands back and then lower yourself all the way down onto your belly, setting up for Sphinx pose. So walking onto your forearms and then rotating your inner thighs toward one another so your outer thighs move toward the floor. And this will allow you to broaden, lengthen through your low back. Now send the ribs forward, your heart high, and feel for a uniform arch through the entire length of your spine, stretching all 10 toes back. And create a little hollow between the floor and your knees as your legs engage. Take one more deep breath in. On your exhale, press back into your version of a child's pose, sending your seat to your heels. And just popping up onto the fingertips here, arms extended so the underbelly of your arms feels lifted and your head and neck can relax. And then flatten your palms now, glide up onto all fours. We'll make our way into downward facing dog. Taking a deep bend in your knees. When you arrive, spread all your fingers. And through the reach of your arms, accentuate the length through your spine as you push the floor away. And gently pedal out through your heels, lift and spread your toes. And settle in here, 2 more deep cycles of breath. You can relax your jaw, the back of your neck. And with a light bend in your knees, look forward between your thumbs And walk yourself to the top edge of your mat, setting up for an easy forward fold, placing your feet hip width apart, mellow knees and catch opposite elbows. And just explore a little rock and sway side to side, perhaps forward and back through the soles of your feet. And then releasing your hands to the floor, slowly rolling up, coming to stand, stacking the bones of your spine, swimming your arms overhead, press your palms, and take your hands to your heart center. And keeping your feet hip width apart here, standing tall, and we'll flow slow to warm and open your whole body. Welcome your day. We're going to link our thumbs, spread your fingers, take a big arch up and back, and on your out breath, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers and forward fold. Take an extra cycle of breath. Release the hands, inhaling, hands to shins, straighten the legs. Exhale, fingertips down, lunging your right leg back for low lunge, taking your right knee to the floor. Keeping your hips low and level, inhale, sweep your arms up, engaging your low belly, and then lift your chest away from your left thigh. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, release your hands to the floor, stepping back, downward facing dog. Let your in-breath glide you forward to a high push-up. On your exhale, lower your knees, your chest and your chin all the way to the floor. Coming into cobra pose on your in-breath, gently curving your spine. Exhale, roll through all fours here, make your way back, downward facing dog. Taking a full cycle of breath when you arrive. On your in-breath, raise your right leg up and back. And on your out-breath, stepping up for a high lunge. We're here for a few breaths. When you arrive, explore a soft bend in your left knee so you can level out through the pelvic bowl. Lifting the front of your hip points up, reaching tall. And just turn your triceps forward there, little fingers toward each other. And from here, we'll take a simple balance. So you're going to load your right heel, sweep your arms down, left knee in toward your chest, and just pause. Stand a little taller on your right leg. Transitioning into chair pose, inhaling now, 2 feet down, bend the knees, reach the arms, Utkatasana. Stay for about 3 breaths. Get the feeling you're lifting your sitting bones toward your pelvis. And press to stand, arms reach up. And then hands rest to your heart center, Tadasana. And second side now, slow and steady, link your thumbs, spread your fingers, breathe in, reach up. Exhale for your shoulder stretch, hands behind the back, bend the knees and fold. Take a full cycle of breath, fill up and empty. Inhale, release your halfway lift, hands to the shins. Exhale, step the left foot back, left knee to the floor, low lunge. Here to pause. So you're lightly loading your front hip as you breathe out. Light engagement in your left buttocks without clenching. Inhale deeply. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, downward facing dog. On your in-breath, shift forward to your high push-up. Exhale, eyes forward, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, keep it low and comfortable, legs strong. Exhale, downward facing dog, and pause. Next breath in, left leg rises. Exhale, step lightly forward to your high lunge and keep your feet spaced there for balance. Rising tall, arms reach up. Press the floor away with your feet. And then notice where you can soften in your shape. Check in with your jaw, your shoulders, your expression. Take a deep breath in, preparing to balance. Exhale, arms sweep down, right knee in toward your chest. Pause here. Find your steady gaze. And as you feel yourself breathe in, right foot down, bend the knees, reach the arms, chair pose. Stay for a few breaths, shifting your weight back into your heels. Feel your shins move back in space. And then hug your belly back so you really feel full around your lumbar spine. Press down through your feet, press to stand. Pause. Take your hands to your heart center. Take an extra cycle of breath. Next breath in, coming into chair pose. Reach up, one breath here. Exhale and forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, chest forward, thighs engaged. Exhale, step your right foot back now for warrior two. Rising up tall on your in-breath. Settling in here, 5 to 8 smooth cycles of breath. Try deepen the imprint of your feet on the mat. Animating your right leg, lunge deep, breathe smooth. On your inhale, straighten your left leg, preparing for triangle pose. Perhaps shortening your stance, your right foot can shift up a step. Take a deep breath in, arms wide. And exhale, hinge your pelvis out over your left leg. Reaching through your side waist, elongating your spine. And when you arrive, give everything a little length and space. Branching out through all 4 limbs, strong, steady legs. And keep your legs where they are and just start to circle your right arm back, down, forward, and keep circling, taking the back of your right hand all the way around to the small of your back if it's available to you. You can nestle your right fingers on the inside of your left upper thigh in a half bind. Now keep turning your trunk open, staying spacious across your chest. Breathing smooth. And keeping your bind here, gaze down. We're transitioning into a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Left fingertips down. And slowly float your right leg. Find your balance. Firming your abdominal core around your center of gravity. And if you're feeling steady, last 3 breaths here, right arm can reach skywards. And experiment with turning your gaze up toward your right thumb. Eyes down, fingertips down, land softly in a runner's lunge. Take a moment, take a breath, and then walk around to your right foot, setting up for warrior two on the opposite side. So you're facing the back edge of your mat now, rising slow with your breath. Left leg strong and straight. And feel for a cave in the arch of your left foot as your heel grounds. Invite your hips to descend, your chest to expand, reaching to the edge of your fingers. On your inhale, straighten your right leg, shorten your stance and flow into triangle. Begin to rotate your ribs, your chest, your shoulder open. A little bend in the right knee if you feel like it's locking out there. Just breathe. And start to circle your left arm now, taking it back, down, forward. Keep circling until you land the back of your hand toward the small of your low back, or take a half bind here. And then when you arrive, gently soften your left rib cage down to create more length through the undercarriage of your right side waist. And feel your body in space. Search out any pockets of restraint that could benefit from your breath, more ease. And transitioning into half moon, here with your half bind, right fingertips down, left leg floats, toes flexed to avoid any sogginess or heaviness in your lifted leg. And just cultivate your balance here, making micro adjustments. And experiment with reaching your left arm up, spinning your gaze up if you're feeling steady. And release, fingertips down, runner's lunge, landing softly with control. And this time, we'll walk a quarter turn now to your left for spread leg forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Fingertips under your shoulders, take a halfway lift. Exhale and forward fold. Just letting your spine cascade down. Resting your heart rate, dropping your head below your heart. And slowing the rhythm of your breath. Reset. On your inhale, fingertips under the shoulders, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk around to your left foot and we'll make our way through a Vinyasa, stepping back to your high push-up. Lower slow, Chaturanga, back bend of your choice. Downward facing dog, pause and breathe. And take a moment to notice if this shape feels more easeful in your body now. And from here, just touch your knees down and we'll set up for a forearm plank variation. Taking your right forearm parallel with the top edge of your mat and feed your left forearm down behind your right. So your fingertips point toward the long edges of your mat. From here, extend your legs, standing on the balls of your toes, feet hip width or a little wider if you have big hoofs like me, and bringing your torso parallel with the floor. So actively firm your abdominal core, filling out through your low back, and evenly disperse your effort from your shoulders to your legs. From here, rock your heels to the left, balance on your left forearm, send the right hand up toward the ceiling. Breathe in here. Exhale, thread your right hand under your left side waist, turn your belly toward the floor. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, return to your forearms. Heels to your right now. Left arm reaches up, right side waist engaged. Exhale, thread your left hand under your body. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, back onto your threaded forearms. One more each side. Just stay with me here. Heels to your left, right arm reaches up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forearms. Heels to your right now. Left arm reaches up. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forearms. So firm your belly here, stay here, open your forearms now, interlace your fingers, and we're going to take a final dance with our hips. Push the floor away there with your inner forearms, dipping the hips over to your left and then over to your right. Pressing down. Obliques working here. There's a rest coming up. Stay with me. And release. Just take the knees down, your buttocks to your heels for child's pose. And here, keep your arms reaching forward, press your palms, and then fold your hands back to rest at the nape of your neck, walking your elbows forward a little there. Nice release through the underside of your arms, letting your shoulders drop. Good job. And then from here, release your hands, gliding up onto all fours and make your way into downward facing dog. Slowing down now, we'll just invite the body to surrender into some deeper stretches to release and calm your nervous system. So when you're ready here, step your right foot forward to your thumbs and we're going to make our way into lizard pose. Stepping your right foot over into the right lane of your yoga mat, hands on the inside of your right foot, and softening your left knee to the floor. And if you have more mobility through your hips, please feel free to drop down onto your forearms. Alternatively, stay elevated on your hands or even step your hands onto a block. And wherever you're at, hug your right knee to your right arm. And then isometrically get the feeling you're dragging your right heel back in space. Now sense the shape of your spine. I'm going to encourage a long, unwrinkled feeling through the front of your torso. So you eliminate any ski jump curves through the back of your neck or any over rounding in your upper back. Just keeping it easy. And from here, just a simple twist, peel open onto the outer edge of your right foot. Place your right hand either in a right knee or thigh and just open and revolve to your right. And if it's possible for you and you'd like to add on as an option, you can bend your left knee and take your right hand to your left foot for a quad stretch. Releasing here, hands down, stepping quietly back, downward facing dog, little pedal out through the heels. And left side now, left foot up to greet the top edge of your mat, right knee to the floor, lizard pose, settle in. Without collapsing the stability of your shape, so just going through that ritual of checking in with the shape of your spine, the depth of your breath. And just twisting now to your left, exploring a deeper opening through your inner left thigh. And perhaps moving into your quad stretch, catching your left hand to your right foot. So any variation that feels good in your body. And release here. We're going to step back through a Vinyasa or simply press back into downward facing dog and we'll all meet up there. And then when you arrive, we're just going to come down onto our bellies. So you can rock forward to a plank and lower slow or knees down. And we're going to set up for 2 prone back bends. And if you're feeling tweaky in your low back, please transition into a Sphinx pose. Keep it low and comfortable. If you're following me, arms alongside your body, palms face down for locust, Shavasana. On your inhale, lifting your chest, your legs, your arms. And once you find your lift, your edge, take 3 more cycles of breath. And release. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead into your hands. Let your heels fall out to the sides. And here, second round, either locust, just as we practiced, or you may wish to interlace your fingers behind your back, or a deeper back bend option of upward facing bow, bending your knees, catching a hold of your ankles, flexing the toes. And just wherever you're at, let your breath float you up. Opening through the front of your spine, taking 2 more deep breaths in and out. And release. We'll make our way into child's pose, decompressing the spine. You can take your arms alongside your body, just curling in. Relaxing through your lumbar spine. And we'll finish with an outer hip opener, gently making your way onto your buttocks, sitting upright. We'll take 2 bent knees here, and your hands behind you, supporting you. So taking your right ankle to the top of your left knee in a hip groin stretch, and then just adjust accordingly to your hips. So there is a fire log double pigeon option for a deeper variation, and if you're familiar with that, you're just stacking your shins, narrowing your knees. And if you're with me, the tighter hip version, you can regulate your left foot away or closer to your sitting bones to allow just a nice comfortable external rotation through your right hip. And then we'll switch sides, second side. Left ankle, top of your right knee. Give yourself room to arrive in that pose, that shape. And then adjust. Right foot can either move a little closer in, try and sit really upright. Maybe take a little rock side to side. And release. And if you have any more moves in you that you'd like to practice here before resting in Shavasana, feel free. But do take at least a few minutes to rest back or sit quietly here to complete your practice, make it whole. Now that you've moved and limbered up, activated and toned both sides of your nervous system, just give yourself permission to be still and rest. And when we practice in this way, we advance our ability to regulate not only our breath, but our emotions, our inner resilience, and we build our own health and well-being. So just laying back quietly, dissolving your weight into the support beneath you. Gently closing your eyes. and rest. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me for your practice today. Namaste.